Hello, DirtFish friends, and welcome to our end of rally review from the Ypres Rally Belgium. We're in a very appropriate place, aren't we? We're on the balcony of the wonderful Hyundai service area, and this is the place to be because Ott Tänak has taken a remarkable victory here. It's been the most incredible transformation. We think back just over a month to Rally Estonia and the despondent, dejected Ott Tänak and Hyundai team. The story since then has been quite remarkable. That incredible victory from the warrior like Tanak in Finland just a couple of weeks ago. And then, well, this one was more measured, it was more thoughtful, perhaps a little more intelligent. This is what Tanak had to say at the end of the event.
In power stages in Finland and here we can see that on the pure speed or performance the speed deficit is quite big to the Toyotas, but still through all the rally we are able to pull it together to bring or to be able to bring these two wins home. So it's definitely been a bit of challenge, but somehow we managed.
Have you adapted to make this car work for you, or have the team worked on the car to make it work for you?
I wish I would I would adapt, or the car would adapt me. So I'm definitely pushing quite hard to get what I need, but at the moment it's difficult.
Well, a well-deserved victory for Ott Tänak there. We know it was very difficult at the start of the year. What I'm going to do is to go back to the positives, the really strong positives in this team, and that is young Oliver Solberg. You cannot imagine the pressure that young man was under. 21 years old, trying to establish himself as a championship driver, and obviously with that error and that disaster that he had in Finland, he came here under enormous pressure, more pressure really than a 21-year-old should have to endure. But he answered the critics in an unbelievable way. He drove an intelligent event here. 2 spare tyres for most of the event. They went ultra-conservative, and he ended up with his best ever championship result, finishing in 4th place.
I think the right word is relief, to be honest. After Finland, it was a very short turnover. I don't know how I managed mentally to turn myself over, but I never lost confidence. I think that was the key, and then straight into the car very early, back for testing. And the team had a lot of confidence in me, and they said, just because you had the crash, don't lose your ability. You haven't lost your ability to drive, they said. So don't still believe in yourself, So I did that and just drove a very clean weekend and tried to keep out of problems, and it worked.
And we can't really finish here at Hyundai, can we, without talking about the pre-event favourite, Thierry Neuville. Really, Neuville showed how difficult and how challenging this rally is. The slightest of errors is punished massively. There is no room for error here. You make a mistake, getting it back is so difficult, as we saw ably demonstrated by many drivers over the course of the weekend. The one driver who we would least expect to get caught out in that way, though, was Thierry Neuville. But, this rally bites hard, and it bit him very hard. He will bounce back. It's been a while now since Neuville has had a win. Spain last year was his last win in the championship. He will be looking to bounce back with a good result in Greece. So let's move on then to Toyota. A good result for them. They've extended their lead in the manufacturers. Obviously, Tanak has reduced Kalle Rovanpera's lead quite substantially in the Drivers' Championship. His lead's still round about 70 points. Rovanpera still very much odds-on to claim the Drivers' title here this year. But, should dramas happen again in Greece, it might start to get a little fruity as we head towards the end of the year. But the manufacturers looks very, very strong for Toyota. Why is that? Well, it's because Elfyn Evans had a very strong weekend, as did Esa-Pekka Lappi. Evans has struggled all year to gel with this new Rally 1 car, but he certainly feels that here in Ypres, he made progress.
We knew it was going to be a tall order. Like 8 seconds on these type of roads is you would have needed either a proper brains out job or a miracle, I think. Of course, we needed to keep the pressure on to keep Ott having to drive pretty quickly, but finally it wasn't quite enough.
It must be a touch frustrating. You had that penalty on Friday, that puncture on Friday. You take those out and you're comfortable in the lead.
Yeah, sure, but you can't live your life on ifs and buts, you know. It's rallying, it's part of the game, you know, and there've been quite a few of my career, you know, that have been close, but there's no point to dwell. You just learn from perhaps what didn't work out and try to be better next time.
Yeah, really strong performance from Elfyn Evans. Take out the 10-second penalty, take out the problems he had with the puncture on Friday, and Evans is a comfortable winner here. He will absolutely take heart from that. Again, another driver who is looking for his first win in almost 12 months. It was Finland last year, which was October, when he last won a round at the championship. He does need a victory, really just to reaffirm, I suppose, for himself, his ability to compete for, well, not just rally wins, but then championships going forward. Evans is on the right track. The other driver that's on the right track quite clearly is Esa-Pekka Lappi, his second podium in a row. Lappi's doing a great job and very much reaffirming his credentials as a driver, a factory driver again for the team next year.
Yeah, it's good, but over here maybe the pace wasn't.
Thank you very much.
Let's say in pace-wise we didn't deserve the podium, but we were smarter than the others, so or we didn't do mistakes, so that led us here. I'm very happy. This rally bites hard many times, and I was there 8 years ago. I was fighting for the win and then I crashed, and this time I didn't want to do it again, and now the patience paid off, so it's nice.
So maybe not the ultimate weekend that they were looking for. Don't forget, you're the boss of Toyota. Mr. Toyota-san was here this weekend. They'd have loved to have given him a win here in Ypres. It wasn't to be. But as Jari-Matti said, sometimes you have to look at the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is very much that Toyota have increased their lead in the Manufacturers' Championship. We move on then to M Sport. What a desperately difficult weekend for the M Sport team. What can we say? You know, that car quite clearly has pace. It is quite clearly capable of winning stages. It is quite clearly capable of winning rallies. The drivers, though, are struggling right now. Craig Breen, for sure, is struggling. We came into this mid-part of the season, Estonia, Finland, Ypres. It was a season within a season for Breen. It was where we expected to see the best of Craig Breen. Crashed in Estonia, crashed in Finland, crashed here in Ypres. Something isn't quite ticking, sadly, for Craig Breen. He needs a bit of a reset. He is very capable, we know that. We know he can go fast, we know he can win stages, we know potentially he can win rallies. We know that car can deliver rally wins. They need a reset. I don't know where it's going to come from, but it needs to come sooner rather than later. And let's keep our fingers crossed that things turn around, change around for the M Sport team when we get to Greece. Don't forget that Sebastian Loeb is back in that car in Greece. He may well be their best chance of a win. What about the other members of Team Formaux? Disaster, absolute disaster. He was going very, very well, fighting Oliver Solberg for fourth place, and then had a crash on the final day. Unforgivable, absolutely unforgivable. He has a very clear mandate from the team, and that is to bring that car home. I know he's a young man. I know he's full of adrenaline, full of testosterone. He's a racer, he wants to go fast, but that is not the instruction he's been given. He was having a great weekend, rebuilding his confidence, rebuilding the relationship with the team, giving them perhaps a little bit more faith in his ability to listen and to deliver what they ask him to deliver. And he absolutely threw it all away on the penultimate stage today. Nothing short of a disaster for Adrien Formaux, and he'll be more disappointed than anyone. But I can't imagine how disappointed Malcolm Wilson and Richard Millen are right now. Tough weekend for M Sports. But it's been a great weekend here in Ypres for the rally fan. We have seen so much drama. We have seen so much action. We've seen a great event. Ypres always gives us lots and lots to talk about. This may well be the last time we come back here for the World Rally Championship for quite some time. They have been magnificent. They stepped in last year as a late replacement. They've done the same this year at Ypres, and they've delivered a world-class event. This is truly one of the world's great rally venues. They put on a wonderful show here, they really do, and it's all within a 25k radius of the centre of Ypres here. We've had a wonderful time covering this event. we now very much look forward to the Acropolis Rally in, just a couple of weeks' time. Folks, plenty more news to come between now and Acropolis. Where will that come? I'll tell you where. DirtFish.com.